All right, so for this function right here, 2 over x minus 4, what's the vertical asymptote? X equals to 4, because that's going to make the denominator 0. That's going to make the whole fraction undefined. What about the horizontal asymptote? Y is equal to 0, because when x becomes infinitely large, you just have 2 over infinity. Okay, so let me go ahead and draw those two asymptotes here. All right, and then the horizontal asymptote is this. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the x and y intercept. Let's look at the y-intercept. It's always easy to get the y-intercept. Y-intercept is when x is equal to 0, so 2 over 0 minus 4, which is negative 4, right? So that it's negative 1/2. Right here. Okay, negative 1/2, 0 comma negative 1/2. And then for the x-intercept, you would try to set y equal to 0. And what did we say earlier? For a fraction t equal to 0, the numerator would have to be 0. Could the numerator be 0? Could the numerator be 0? Not a chance. Because the numerator is the 2. How can a 2 be 0? Not possible. No, I mean, this is it. This is the fraction. Okay, the what? If you add 0, there's 2. Now, the other way to explain it is that you may think about multiplying both sides by the denominator. And then, well, you have 2 on the right. What you have on the left is still 0. What is 0 equal to 2? It's a false statement. It's not true. That means x is not, there's no x value to ever make this true. That's also will bring you to the same conclusion of x-intercept, it's none. So now, how would you draw this graph? Now, let me make it very simple. All right, ready? It's a no-brainer question. If you have a brain, if you have 2 eyes, you cannot get this wrong. Ready? But you still have a brain, right? So you will get it right. So I'm going to give you 2 choices. The top versus the bottom. One of these 2 would be the correct graph. Which one is correct? The one on top or the one at the bottom? The one in the bottom. Why? Why is the one in the bottom correct? It's going to cut the y-axis, right? And where should it cut the y-axis? At the y-intercept. How would the top graph be correct when there's no y-intercept right here? All right? So there's no way for anybody to draw the top graph. The top graph never stands a chance to be correct. Now, so here's what I want to tell you. You can see the point right here. So the presence of points or the absence of points, they both serve as hints for you. If there is no point right here, that means you are not going to draw a graph like this. That is nonsense. Okay? That is simply nonsense. Now, what about to the right-hand side of the vertical asymptote? Would it be the top half or would it be the bottom half? Now, this one is a little bit challenging because we don't have points to help us out right here. But based on what we did on the first page, there will be sign changes. So therefore, it will be the top half. Now, if you say, well, because there are no points, I'm still a little bit sketchy. I'm not feeling very comfortable with my decision right here. Is there any way I can make myself feel more comfortable with our decision here? Yes. Go ahead. Pick a nice x value on this side. I would say go ahead, pick 8. Okay. And then put it back in right here. What is 8 minus 4? 4. What is 2 over 4? 1/2. That is positive, right? So the graph should be positive. And that you confirm yourself, you're right. Okay, you confirm yourself, you're right. So again, if you have a brain and you have 2 eyes and you can see there's a y-intercept, it has to cut the y-axis there. It makes no sense that the graph cuts the y-axis somewhere else. What's the domain in this case? Negative infinity to 4 and 4 to infinity. All right, that is the domain. Because the domain, which is the x value covered by the graph, and you can see the graph that it covers all the x values, but x equals to 4 because of the vertical asymptote. Okay?